Hey Gemini family, thank you so much for tuning into my channel. It's Romy here. So this is your September intuitive reading. So if you're a Gemini sun, rising or moon, it may well resonate for you. My soul stories are a blend of working with the tarot, connecting with my guides and checking out the astrological influences for the month ahead. So if it does resonate, please do drop me a like and a comment. I really appreciate your support of my work. And let's dive right in, see what we can pick up for you for this month ahead. Okay, Gemini, let's take a look and see how this Virgo season's playing out for you. So it's activating your fourth house of home and family. So there's a real focus in and around just bringing some balance and centeredness back in for you. And the theme that came through as I was connecting into your energy was actually like, you don't need to prove anything to anyone at this point in time, okay? We open up with the Knight of Pentacles, and I think that there is this recognition through the month of September that you have to keep going, all right? You have to keep going. Now, that might mean that things have to get put to one side. It might mean that there is an awareness that not everybody is understanding the path that you are walking on. Remember, the North Node is in the sign of Gemini right now, so you are leading the way and there's something much deeper calling you forward. And it may be that right now you can't, or you're choosing not to completely articulate or express what that is. Because just now it's an inside job. It's about a vision, it's about a sense of purpose, a higher purpose, an awareness of the growth that's coming in that you have to honour. The Knight of Pentacles is bringing in that nice, earthy, grounded energy, linking into Virgo and asking, what's your medicine? And I think that's one of the most important things you're going to need to figure out for yourself this month, because that's going to be everything, Gemini. The reason is because if you're not careful, people will try to distract you. Situations will arise that could disrupt or disconnect you. There may be, during Mars retrograde energy, some doubt that is cast upon your vision or the direction you're trying to take your life. And innately, deep down, one thing that you know for sure is that everything that you have been through, everything that you have experienced has irrevocably changed you. And as you're working with this 8th house transformation, and we welcome the wakening up of both Jupiter and Saturn this month, now both moving direct through your 8th house, there's this inevitability of the recognition of that growth and what it means for you on a deeply personal level. And all of that combined means you just have to keep going. There's a commitment, and the commitment is to self right now. Like I said, you don't need to prove anything to anybody. And if you find that you are becoming disconnected, if there are shifts in your emotional energies, what you need to pay attention to is whether you are in your feelings or somebody else's right now, Gemini. Because rest assured, everybody's going through their own profound sense of transition. And you're incredibly sensitive right now. You know, as you work with that 4th house energy, there's a deep emotional pull to it as you work through the layers. And it just shows me that you're kind of wide open to almost just absorbing things that you kind of take on as your own, but they're not. And so you have to be incredibly discerning through this month of September. The minute that you start to feel a tear in your own energy field or a pull somewhere that just doesn't make sense to you. Now, the 4 of Pentacles coming in right next to that Knight is indicating that part of that commitment is in terms of bringing something real and something tangible into your life. Now, for many of you, there will be a focus in and around your home, your property. You know, there's a tremendous amount of expansion and some real luck on your side where I'm seeing opportunities making their way towards you. This is not a time that you have to force anything, Gemini. You need to understand that, okay? Mars retrograde, which happens from the 9th, we're already in the shadow period, right through to the 14th. So that Mars and Aries energy, which is, you know, all over your 11th house of friendships, of community, of the social circles, of the way that you're using technology, but it's also impacting on your hopes, your dreams, the desires that you have. So this is really getting an opportunity for you to review and almost like take some harvest time for the work and the effort you've already put in. What's so important this month I see for you is making sure that the foundations are strong and sturdy. And you need that because as we move into the kind of culmination of this year over the next few months, and we're going to hit the next eclipse season, which is going to be activating your sign, Gemini, you have to be really rooted, because there's going to be some bigger changes on the horizon for you. Some of them are going to be incredibly exciting, transformational. There may be some that are quite disruptive, but overall, the more rooted and in flow you are with your energy, the more you're going to be able to adapt and navigate, okay? And remember that your personal awakening, the level of conscious understanding that you have as a result of everything that you've been through, you know, is a deeply personal inside job. You don't need anyone else around you to validate that. Okay, you're not, in fact, I don't really see you looking for that validation. But here we have the Two of Cups. Now, interestingly, in this depiction, the two figures are staring right into one another's eyes. So there is a deep soul connection taking place for you through this month of September. This may be an existing relationship, or it may be somebody new that's coming in. And I think the reason that we're saying it's so important to have other aspects of your life, but also your own energy locked in and kind of in a place that you feel really secure, okay, emotionally secure, physically secure, spiritually, obtaining that kind of armor of protection around you, is because when this comes along, it may be something that really takes you by surprise. It could kind of transition or transform something on quite a deep, powerful level, okay? When that happens, it's very easy to sort of almost get lost and kind of disappear into the clouds in terms of what we're thinking or what we're feeling. And this might not come in on a romantic level. For some of you, this could just be a really profound connection in terms of an area of your life, a new friend, a new spiritual advisor, a mentor, somebody that's coming in to help you on a work level. But their energy to me feels incredibly powerful. And if you're not careful, it could really overwhelm you. And here's the thing, you've worked too hard and for too long to integrate and allow the transformation and the changes to start to happen in your life, okay? So you have to know what your medicine is. That means you have to understand what are the tools, what are the rituals, what are the things that help me feel like home, that bring me back to myself. If my energy gets scattered, and it doesn't need to be negative. I mean, this could be a really beautiful experience coming through for some of you. In fact, it feels that way. It's just that it shouldn't be at the cost or the sacrifice of the work or the progress that you're making in any other area of your life, okay? Because there's something about your purpose or where you're being guided that you're not meant to let go of. You know, there's a prioritization of energy here. And here's the thing, you do get to have it all. This is not an either or, but what is happening is that you're coming to an understanding, an innate understanding within yourself about how to balance it. Because I think in the past you've gone to extremes, Gemini. In one area of your life, it's either like you've been a workaholic, or you've been completely focused in and around your relationship, or you've had a health craze and a fitness kind of obsession, or maybe that there's just been some other aspect to your life where you found it really difficult to find that temperance, that sense of moderation. and you've maybe gone to wild extremes of having over excesses of something and then a real sense of lack. And you've been used to, in periods of time, having that rug pulled, or the sense of just like 1 minute it's here and then it's gone. You know, there's maybe been some real financial instability over time. And so you're being reminded in September, in this nice earthy energy of Virgo, to apply everything that you've learned so that you're not moving back into that kind of a seesaw energy. It doesn't serve you well, and it's not getting the best from you. Now, on the 2nd of the month, we've got full moon in Pisces. This charged water emotional energy is in your 10th house of career, of long-term planning, of where you want to leave your legacy. And, you know, there's some really exciting opportunities that may well arise from that as it's sextile to Uranus. So be prepared for some unexpected collaboration, communication, interesting conversations to come in that are offering a blessing here, okay? And actually the fish just linking into the sign of Pisces for me here. So I do feel it's very connected into the full moon as I witness that there as well. You need to be careful with that 5 of Pentacles coming up, that you don't allow any sense of doubt in your own ability, doubt in your worthiness, doubt in your capacity to be able to step up or to manage the resources effectively, manage your time effectively, to be able to harness that, okay? So don't let that emotional wave knock you off and put you in the wrong direction. That's why it's so important to keep affirming and to keep really strong in your sense of self, okay? Now, Mercury moving into Libra on the 5th of the month is going to be supportive. It lights up your 5th house of creativity. It's going to help you to communicate with style, with balance, with diplomacy, with a real sense of kind of charm, okay? So I think that you can negotiate and position yourself incredibly well if you're looking to harness new opportunities. Equally, Venus moving into Leo on the 6th in your 3rd house, it's warm, it's engaging, it makes you chatty and conversational, and it's helping you to really speak from the heart, okay? You're going to speak from the heart in terms of what your wants and what your needs are, and that's important. You have to be really direct. With Jupiter and Saturn moving forward, what you might well find is that kind of things that you thought were lost or that had been a little bit slower, all of a sudden the floodgates open, and there's almost this powerful flow of energy that, if you're not careful, could feel like it's too much too soon. So again, we're just talking about how you find that temperance and that balance so that you're not moving wildly between different types of emotions. Yeah, it's all going to be about the balance and how that's working for you. But I think there is, for many of you, going to be a strong emphasis in and around your security right now. And as we see the transformational time coming in, you may well be finding that you're in a position that's much more favorable than you have been for some time, okay? So starting to see the green shoots of a whole new level of security around you, or certainly the ideas or putting the plans in place to make that happen. Okay, now there is a quality that I'm picking up here of slightly holding back, okay? The Knight of Pentacles, perhaps the slowest of all the knights, so there is movement and progress, but he's still not kind of charging forward. The Four of Pentacles kind of keeping cards close to his chest, and now we have the Hermit here as well. So I feel like there is a lot of introspection that's coming up for you through this month of September, Gemini, and you may even feel a little bit isolated in terms of your way of thinking, or just needing more time out than usual. And I think, you know, we kind of picked up on it a little bit last month. It was almost like what was going on was very much deep within you, and there was this powerful sort of transformational energy, almost like you're coming out of the chrysalis into the butterfly in this year of 2020, but you know, you're not just quite there, and you're just aware that, you know, he's lighting up the snake here, and so there's just a skin that's still yet to be shed, that I feel like September is kind of inviting you to acknowledge the still point. You know, that's what I've been communicating in the readings this month, that September is this beautiful time to harvest, to recognize and really allow a lot of the effort that you've put in to start to take root and permeate for you. Now, what I feel is that this is going to be a time where opportunities are flowing towards you. okay? This is people interested in what you have to say. This is people seeking out your advice. This is romantic interest or partners wanting to get an audience with you, you know? But you may be the one that's kind of just saying, actually, I'm not quite ready for that, because I think there's something that's about to land for you, okay, on the internal, as that fourth house Virgo energy is just wanting us to line something up, and it's not quite locked into place. And I think you're feeling that. You're feeling it's almost like it keeps coming together and kind of just missing something. But I'm getting the kind of sense that with that wisdom of the Hermit coming through, and through the time that you're giving yourself, that kind of sacred space to just really understand what it is that you're changing, adjusting, breaking, transforming, revealing, allowing. As soon as that happens, there's a big, powerful momentum and drive and push forward, okay? And then the recognition comes, but do you know what? It's not even about the external recognition, because remember, like I said at the beginning of this reading, you don't need to prove anything to anyone. This is about the recognition you give yourself. This is about you being able to say, this is who I am, this is what I deserve, this is what I need right now, these are the type of people I want to be surrounded by, this is the thing that I'm most passionate about, and this is how I'm going to live my life from this point forward. So I see an incredible decisiveness coming out of this month for you. And as we move into Libra season, you're going to be activating that fifth house, which is going to feel a little bit lighter. It's more creative, it's more playful, and there's a time to kind of enjoy some of the reward and the harvest for so much of the effort that you put in. Now here we've got King of Cups energy. It could be a water sign, Cancerian, Pisces, Scorpio. And what I'm really seeing here is that there's something about the wise learning that you can gain from this energy. It may not necessarily embody a person, but it could. I just feel it's kind of almost an energy you're taking on, because the King of Cups and the Hermit combined to me are showing like your next level in terms of your growth here, your absolute next level. You cannot go through what you have done, Gemini, without coming out the other side with this deep, deep knowledge of who you are now and who you are becoming and what you need to do with that, you know. So I have this feeling that you are demonstrating a level of spiritual maturity that you've never been able to access before. That's what he's showing me here. There's just a level of application, of crafting. It's not just that you have learned all of the things. You're now doing all of the things. You're applying all of the things. And you're starting to observe where it's working and where it's making a change and where it's making a difference. And that's so incredibly important, okay? Now, if this is somebody who is in and around you in terms of relationship, I feel this person is already known to you. I'm not really picking up them coming in as a kind of new figure. And here we've got the Seven of Wands. So I'm picking up this level of assertiveness and courage, having the courage of your convictions, being able to take what you know and not being afraid to stand up and speak directly and truthfully and honestly about what that means for you in this month and moving forward. Okay, and there may be a divergent path that is presented as a result of that, you know. I do think there's lots of offers coming your way. Remember, like I said, I think, you know, things are flowing towards you. We see all of the wands kind of pointed up toward the horse, and now of the wands coming towards you. You're going to have to be careful, Gemini, you don't overwhelm yourself. You don't overwhelm yourself, okay? You personally will know where that might play out, and, you know, do drop me a comment and let me know how this resonates for you as you move through this month of September. Because what I'm seeing is that, you know, there are many things that you can do Okay, you are a master of so many different trades. There are many options and possibilities on the table. But I think the Hermit, the way he's like holding the light over the snake here, I just think that there's something about choosing one focus and saying this is what I'm going after. You can see he's holding one wand. He's holding one wand here. There's just something about the acknowledgement that says this is where I need to be. This is where I'm going to choose to be an expert, or this is the one person that I want to commit to, or this is the one focus or priority that I have in my life. And I think that that's very much part of like finding that balance as well. And giving yourself a really solid foundation with which to grow on, okay? And that's going to make you feel much more secure because you're going to start to see progress and fast, okay? There's fast progress that I pick up as we start to come into the second half of the month. Now, when Jupiter moves direct on the 13th, the day after the Sun trines with Pluto, bringing in a powerful influence in terms of what you're doing, what you're saying, how you're presenting yourself. So if you are looking to initiate anything, that is going to be a time that's going to be really favourable for you. And then it's right ahead of the new moon in Virgo, where the Sun is trining Saturn, and it's bringing in a tremendous time of achievement, okay? So you are being listened to at this time. And I do see that, you know, if it's something connected into relationships, collaboration, or devoting yourself, committing yourself to something, that feels really favourable. Now, we've pulled the card of the Lovers, which is your energy, Gemini. So this coming out in September shows me that you are able to stand in your power. You are able to express yourself naturally and authentically, okay? And you are aware of what it is that you need to do in order to maintain that. And I think that's an absolute game changer, if I'm honest, because once you understand like your own sacred flow and rhythm and that, you know, kind of collective think all of the different aspects that you need in order to be your best self, right? To be not your most perfect self, okay? Because, you know, perfection isn't what's required here. You know, we have to be fluid, we have to move. We understand that we're constantly kind of evolving and going through skin shedding. And that means that there are times where we have to honor the light and the shadow. But to be your best self in any moment, to be true to your path, you know, your soul path here, you're understanding the environment with which you need to operate in. You understand the people that need to be around you and what you are looking for from those relationships, okay? And once you've kind of locked into that, then the blessings just keep flowing. I mean, that rainbow is kind of connected into both cups and it just keeps sort of moving backwards and forwards. So it's like there's just this constant, beautiful moderation and balance that just keeps giving. So I think you're going to lock into something that just keeps flowing more and more good energy towards you. And perhaps that's something about your innate understanding of the laws of, you know, energy and how it works. I just think, like I said, something is going to shift into gear and you're going to change your approach. And all of a sudden it's like, boom, a recipe for success. And here it comes and you just feel supported. You feel supported by the universe. You can see this figure and actually he's kind of faded out a little bit. Because the thing is, it's not really about anyone else this month. It's about you. It's about your relationship. It's about what matters to you. It's about your purpose. But you still have that support. You know, you've still got the universe, a person, an environment, something that's coming in to allow you to be both strong and vulnerable and your true self, you know. There's something about the level of understanding that is coming from people around you about really how you operate, okay? So if there are people in your life up to this point who have perhaps not quite understood how to get close to you, how to connect to you, how to see your vision in the way that you see it, and that has been a source of frustration, or it has been an aspect to the way that you live that has always felt a little bit like it didn't quite fit into place, there's something about people now coming around and understanding. And I think that that is going to probably impact you more than you realize. You know, and like we said, it's not that you need to prove it to anybody, but I think that where you have felt misunderstood, and maybe that's come forth in terms of your personal relationships or within your family, you know, or within your work environment, doesn't matter how it's shown up, but I think that there's all of a sudden, you know, more and more people starting to see or feel your energy in a different way. And yes, it gives a form of validation, but it's more about you just feeling more comfortable to be even truer to yourself. So it's almost like you're prepared to be a bit more vulnerable and take a layer of that kind of protective energy away, because all of a sudden you understand that people are vibrating and meeting you on a different level. So your oracle card is feeling the world. And I think your sensitivity is going to be very high this month in terms of tuning into what's going around. There's still a lot of volatility. There is unexpected situations arising. And I do feel that, you know, Mars and Aries transit is bringing some upsets around, but you are able to soothe, you are able to heal, you are able to be the diplomat and the peacemaker in different situations, but only, Gemini, only if you are able to maintain your own level of centeredness. Okay, now this card is linked to number 13, which in the tarot is connected to the card of death. Now, card of death is also linked into 8th house, and that's what we're working with all of these outer planets in Capricorn. But there's a lot of earth trines happening this month, which means that there is gain, recognition, reward, and long-term rootedness into some of what's showing up for you. And you literally have the world in your hands right now, okay? So you have to tread carefully with your energy and with your thought forms, but what you are doing, how you are showing up for yourself, and the impact that you can have in terms of the relationships, both on an individual, in terms of, you know, your immediate connections and energies and social circles, but also wider than that, are having really powerful impact right now, okay? So you have to lead by example. North Node, you know, you have to be the highest expression of your energy in order to really realize the gift that Spirit are trying to give you this month. That's why the Hermit's right at the center of your reading here, okay? So your crystal card is hematite. Very grounding, very, very protective energy. And again, I'm kind of just linking it into your Hermit, your 4, your Knight, and even your 5 here. So a lot of earth energy here. It's a little bit of that spiritual armor that you're needing to put in place just to make sure you don't absorb and pick up too much from anybody else. But also, if you feel at any time overwhelmed or scattered, this is going to be incredibly helpful. Now, the face in this particular crystal to me looks a little bit sullen, almost a little bit like almost they haven't got what they wanted. Now, this well could pertain to you feeling like something that you want is just out of reach, or it could be somebody around you that you're having to protect your energy from, okay? So if someone's showing up and they're just feeling a little bit spoiled in their behavior, or their emotional energy is pulling on you or trying to control or manipulate, I feel like hematite's going to be a fantastic stone to just make sure that you keep any of that energy at bay and you don't absorb it. But it could also be something that's going on within your own inner child, because the other thing to recognize is that as you're going through this really powerful transition time, Gemini, ready to step into next level, there's going to be a bit of a fight. There is going to be a bit of a fight. And actually, you know, when we look at the Hermit kind of holding the light over the snake could feel a little bit snaky, and it's like that aspect of the self that's trying to sabotage or trick you or kind of take you backwards into an old way of thinking, you know, make you doubt or not trust everything that you've been through and the path that you've been on, and try to orientate your energy back in toward that state of lack. It's not where you're going. it's not where you're going, you know? You're charging forward. There's success and victory ahead for you, and you are going to be fully supported. So take the wise energy from the King of Cups here. He's at the root of your reading in a supportive way. He's allowing a sense of flow to happen. And actually he's standing as almost a gatekeeper with this kind of the wilder waves that are going on around you, you know? So it's almost like a port in a storm is what I pick up here. All right, so if you need that, if there are some things that are going to be unfolding through this month where you feel like, where's my anchor point here? Remember, this is where you draw upon. It's going into that fourth house energy of what feels like home. Where do I feel protected? Where do I get balance? You know, but don't give up. Don't stop. This is not about stopping. Knight of Pentacles is not going to let you do that. Now, there's a strong Virgo emphasis going on here with the Hermit and the Knight of Pentacles. So, of course, we're in that Virgo energy, but you may also have a Virgo sign who is pertinent to how things are unfolding for you this month, or certainly someone who's displaying the kind of qualities there where I feel maybe they're holding back, maybe there's a little bit of emotional avoidance going on. But remember, you also have a coming together here and a real moment of unity. You know, there's something incredibly special I feel is set to transform for you. And it's as a result of you being able to almost like redirect your energy in a different way, and then it comes through for you. So Ajna is your yoga oracle card, and beautiful colours of indigo, purple and violet, and what a serene energy comes through from this. And also look at these three eyes, right? So indicating your third eye chakra, of course, but they're crystal clear. They're wide open, they're awakened, they are in a very deep receiving energy, and you look completely at peace. So anytime you feel rattled, disrupted, out of kilter with your own energy, there is a place for you to be able to return home and find that deep soul soothing and be profoundly, protected in that space, okay? This is also important because when we talk about things flowing towards you, people seeking you out, opportunities arriving on your doorstep, you being able to overcome wild extremes of emotions or energies or situations that may have caused you in the past an awful lot of heartache or upset. This is the time when you don't really have to do too much here, okay? You should be harvesting your energy, working with it to support you to be able to move through the next few weeks till the end of this year. So September is that still point, okay? Now, where things are flowing, if you are working towards pushing something out, if there's launches, if there's some big thing that you're trying to achieve this month, and it's feeling like a state of flow, then that's fantastic. Follow that flow. Follow your flow, okay? Because that will be part of your medicine. But don't try to force anything. That's not what this month is about for you, okay? It's a recognition of your value, of how far you've come, and then an invitation to see who's vibrating on that energy and where they want to meet you. And if they're ready to meet you directly in that moment, then something really special can come from that. And if they're not, then you're quite happy to take that independent path right now and improve the levels of self-sufficiency. Now, even if you are married or even if you are in a, deeply committed relationship, that doesn't mean you can't still have that path of independence, things in your life that are for you, about you. This is about you understanding yourself at a much deeper level when we're in that fourth house energy, okay? There's something to unearth in your potential, in your possibility. And I think that that's about how you balance out that twin energy. And that's really important. And no one can do that work for you. No one is going to be able to really activate that. It's something that's coming from deep within you, Gemini. So I hope that's given you a little bit of insight into this month ahead. Please do drop me your feedback. Let me know how this resonates as the month unfolds. I think there are some really supportive times for you to start to see some strong material gain and the real tangible kind of showing up of things that you've put your heart and soul on the line for, whatever area of your life you've devoted yourself to, but feel into the energy and make sure you're directing in that direction. I'm going to now just pull us some additional cards for our extended reading, okay? If you'd like to join me for that, the link is in the description box and the comment section underneath this video. Now, this is a general reading, guys, so if you want to now just focus on a question that is personal to you, I'm going to go ahead and just pull us a couple of cards and see what comes out in the extended on that for you, okay? So just focus on that now for me. Great. So we'll just pull clarifiers for this main 9 card spread now, just beginning with that Knight of Pentacles energy and the Queen of Pentacles there as well. And I'm just seeing the little rabbit just down there as I place it, and the rabbit here as well. So yeah, I think you're going to be incredibly productive, but just make sure you're productive in the right way. You don't need to take on everything all at once. It's just about focus and then allow. It's like do a little bit and then let the energy work its magic, you know? Knight of Cups, okay, this is what I mean, offers coming towards you, romantic, business, creative energies being ignited, particularly, you know, with that Libra energy coming in. 4 of Pentacles and the Emperor card, okay, so could be father figure, authoritarian, boss energy, but I also just feel like it's about you getting your house in order. And I don't just mean your physical house property, although perhaps that too, but it's more just about getting everything else in order, because I think you're aware of like bigger changes that are coming, and it's almost like a preparing of energy, you know, you're putting your strategy in place. 3 of Wands, yeah, because you're about to be stepping up. There's like next level coming in some area for you, okay? And you need that level of discipline. I mean, the Knight of Coins and Emperor is about discipline, but we'll look into this more in the extended, see how it plays out. Only truth will be accepted in the connection with that 2 of Cups. Real breakthrough energy. Okay, 5 of Pentacles, 8 of Wands. A couple of 5s showing up here. Just, you know, some interesting challenges to navigate, but you've got the energy and the wherewithal to succeed through all of them. Okay, we've got this King of Cups showing up again with the Hermit. Queen of Wands. Let's just pull one more for that. Ace of Cups. Okay, so this well could be connected into a romantic partner or energy. Queen of Wands could also be a fire sign that is showing up this month. Okay, so 6 of Wands and the 2 of Wands. Very similar to this card here, both holding the World. Potential and possibilities. Another card of the Lovers for you, Gemini. I really like that for you, bringing in the strength when you need it. There's that card of Death that we talked about. Could also link into Scorpio energy that's going to be pertinent for you this month. We'll take a look at that in the extended. Another card of the Hermit here. High levels of abundance and gain are shown for you. And I think there's just something about you needing to give yourself permission for that. You know, if you've been someone who's been experiencing a period of lack for a long time, it might just feel really alien to you to now just to start to welcome in a whole next level of, you know, that kind of security for yourself. Oh, let's pull one more for that and see what that's all about. Okay, interesting. Okay, Gemini, thank you so much for joining me. I wish you beautiful blessings for this month of September. If you're coming on to the extended, then thank you so much, and we'll continue this conversation there. So take good care. Bye for now.